Very good morning to all of you. We have been talking about the nine rasas in Indian aesthetic theory of ras, or rasa theory we call it, where we talked about eight rasas so far, and now we shall go ahead with the last one, that is Bibhasta rasa. Let's try to understand what this word means first of all, and then we shall go ahead with the discussion on this ras. So Bibhasta is one of the eight sthayi bhavas. As we understood in yesterday's lecture, that Bharat Muni was of the opinion that there were eight rasas which were proposed by Lord Brahma, and the ninth rasa was suggested by himself, means that is Bharat Muni itself. So the ninth rasa is Shantras, and this one was one of the eight rasas, original rasas we can say. Bibhasta ras refers to the odious sentiment. Odious means disgust, we can say, a very negative sentiment, something which makes us feel, bad. So we express our disagreement, disgust with that thing. So, for example, when we see garbage, when we feel a bad smell, when we smell something bad, then time whatever emotions you experience, that is Bibhasta. So it refers to the odious sentiment. So I'm sure that you are familiar with the word Bibhasta. It has the Sanskrit origin, and this particular rasa, odious sentiment, is used in dramatic performance, that is Natya. Okay, in Natya, Bibhasta rasa is used. Sometimes which you find dirty is Bibhasta. So Ghaneda, that is the Marathi word. So it is a Sanskrit compound, Bibhast, okay, in the Sanskrit word, which means odious, and ras, it is sentiment, it is the aesthetic flavor. And this odious sentiment, Bibhasta rasa, is produced from a combination of determinants, means vibhava, consequents, anubhavas, and complementary psychological states, means vibhikari bhavas. You should understand, we have already explained it while understanding the four bhavas. So, sthayi bhavas, determinants are vibhavas, okay, consequents are anubhavas, and complementary psychological states are vibhikari bhavas. And Bibhasta ras refers, as I mentioned earlier, to the odious sentiment or the sentiment of disgustful. We say it is very disgusting. So it was defined by Chiranjeev Bhattacharya, one of the Sanskrit scholars of 17th century. And he says the basic feeling of Bibhasta rasa is the feeling of disgust, being disgustful. You feel something which is disliked by you. So it is generated. Now, what are the determinants of Bibhasta rasa, or excitants, vibhavas of Bibhasta rasa? So Bibhasta rasa is generated by the excitants or vibhavas, like sight of unwanted, ugly things or events. When you see something ugly, when you see something what you call bad, which is disliked by your mind, which is not appealing, pleasant to eyes, pleasant to our senses, okay, then this is generated. And what are the enchunants or anubhavas? For example, when you see something dirty, you spit out. Spitting, etc. are the enchunants. and the variants, different forms are infatuation or illusion. Okay, means uh, spitting is one of the forms of anubhavas, insurance. Apart from that, it can be infatuation. Means when you see the infatuated behavior, something which is socially not agreeable, which is not accepted by society. So such kind of things, or something which is a kind of illusion. So that can be a kind of what we call uh, insurance or anubhavas of generating Vibhasta ras. Now, Chiranjeev, the scholar, Sanskrit scholar, has not said anything about the varieties of this Vibhasta rasa. However, Bharat or Bharat Muni, we call him popularly, who was the author of Natya Shastra, has mentioned three kinds of Vibhasta, and they include uh, Kshobhaja, Kshobhaya, Kshobhaja, and Shuddha and Udvegi. Okay, these are the three kind of vivastas we should understand. Now, means Shobhaja means something which makes us angry, and it can be means sometimes vivasta can be a kind of Shuddha as well. Means in a way we can say something which is humorous, something which makes you laugh, but still it is not acceptable. And udvek means anger can also be enchanted by vivasta rasa. Now, I'll just give you one example, and then we shall stop a discussion. This is the Sanskrit quote. Actually, I won't read that. The meaning is given below. Those who are good at reading Sanskrit, I'm not much familiar with Sanskrit language, therefore I find it difficult to pronounce. Means I haven't studied Sanskrit in any way at my school level, so therefore it becomes difficult for me to read. But still, I shall try to. Iyam Vadyadhara Vikaranu Peta. I'm very sorry. Okay, I better let's go for the translation. Okay, or if there's someone who can read Sanskrit, I rather would like to seek help of. Can either anyone who can read this Sanskrit? Okay, let's go ahead. This meaning is means the translation is given here. The wife of the fowler. Fowler means a bad person with deviated state of mind, whose garment is tied with entrails of beasts, who is adorned with the garland of bones, whose mouth is extremely expanded, whose eyes are distracted in different directions in eating the flesh after scratching like a female goblin. So this is the meaning of that shloka. So this verse, shlok we say, in this verse, the wife of the fowler is the excitant, means vibhava. And her eating of flesh after scratching is ensuant, is the anubhava. When we see that, the whatever feelings come in our mind, that is disgust, that is vibhasta. And her irascibly, ugrata is the variant. Okay, so these moods, when they are combined together, that gives rise to the manifestation of vibhasta or the sentiment of disgustful. Means when you see such a scene, so then time you see that is vibhasta. So you must have seen some videos or something of the kind wherein beggars are shown and they are shown to be eating the food they collect the food from the what you call dust or garbage and then they eat. So that is something which makes us feel bad or disgustful. So something which is dirty, we can say, which is not accepted by our cultured mindset, can be called disgustful or vibhasta. At the same time, you see, in movies, certain scenes are seen which are very much, bad. So such kind of scenes can be taken as an example of Bibhasta Rasa. Okay. So with these words, with these words, I would like to conclude my discussion on these Navarasas. So you can see the pictures. So picture number 1 is related to Shanta, Shantaras. Picture number 2 is related to Sungararas. Then third picture in the first row is an example of Hashyaras. The fourth is the example of Karunaras. Then you see the fifth in the second row, that is Raudra or Rudra Ras. Then just now we talked about Bibhast or disgust. You can see the expressions on that lady's face. Then this is Bhayanak. Okay, in the third row I'm talking about now. The first picture in the third row. Then you have this Adbhutaras, astonishment, and then Vidaras. So these are some of the examples which are presented in the form of dance, we can say, and even on the stage as well. The actor adopts these kind of expressions and gestures for the manifestation of these Navarasas. So in this manner, we understand the Navarasas discussed in the Indian aesthetic theory of rasa with reference to S.N. Dasgupta's theory, okay, theory of rasa.